Hello and welcome to the live qualifying watch along of the Bahrain Grand Prix. So thank you very much for joining us, and of course this is the very first qualifying of the F1 2021 season, and my word, this is normally the most exciting part of the season just because we'll see new cars, different teams, different drivers in different teams, all sorts of transfers going on during the winter time. So anyway, we're just waiting until the 3 o'clock clock to start, and then we will be ready for qualifying. So of course, 3 qualifications as normal: Q1, Q2, Q3, you name it. And of course, that will then decide in Q3 the fastest top 10 from Q2 who will get pole position for tomorrow's race at the Bahrain Grand Prix here at the Bahrain International Circuit. So we're just waiting to get going. So do subscribe if you're an F1 fan. We're hoping to do all the races of the new season starting from tomorrow. There'll be a few more of me tomorrow. There'll be Jack, Connor and Harry watching with me tomorrow. But today I thought I'd give qualifying a go as well as the race. So do subscribe to the channel. We're a very small channel. We're new to this, but we are very much looking forward to watching with you at home while we're in lockdown. So I'm just looking for an F1 calendar at the moment. So if I can find one, not an F1 calendar, the F1 calendar is at the bottom of your screen. I'm just looking for the F1 timings so I can put it on our screen so you can see it as well. Let me just try and find it. Always so many pop-ups. So anyway, let us know in the live chat page, who do you think will get pole position today? Right, I found one, so let me just add to it. So we're just getting ready for the first cars to come out as Q1's about to begin. Also, let us know, who do you think is going to win the World Championship, since we're all at the start of the season with every team having a chance. But we'll see. So there you go, there's some of your live timings there. Hope that's enough. That could be a bit bigger. So there you go. There's your live timings for you. So of course, in no particular order, George Russell would love to be at the top. So qualifying starts in about 55 seconds. Chris Kakia saying Lewis P1, Max P2. That's his prediction for the qualifying. Who do you think is going to win the championship, Chris? And I'll read more of your messages throughout the stream. There's some more to read out, and I'll read in it just a bit. I've just got to go and add a timer. Just trying to find it now. Where are you? There you are. Ooh, and it's just taken over the whole screen. Sorry about this, folks. There it is. There's the timer. So I believe it's at 18 minutes. So we're just waiting. So Q1 has begun. 17.5 minutes to go until the end of Q1. So of course the cars have only just started to come out at the moment. We've got George Russell out there, Mick Schumacher, the Tiffy. We've got some comments coming in. Tropic Z says Mazepin will get pole. I hope you're joking. Imran Ahmed asking, has Q1 finished? No, Q1 has just begun, Imran. So you've literally, the timer's on the bottom right corner of your screen. So 17 minutes of Q1 remaining as it's just started. It's 18 minutes Q1 normally. Chris, oh no, we've read from Chris. Stefan Disa Barboso saying Hamilton, of course, no contest. I mean, this is the thing. The last few years will tell you that, you know, Mercedes will always be dominant and always will get the job done. Alexander Gibson says, are you going to show the actual footage? I would love to, Alex, but sadly if I showed any footage of the race or the qualifying, I'd be done, you know, the channel would get done for copyright, and I think the stream wouldn't go ahead. So if you're trying to find where to watch, it's on Sky Sports F1 wherever you're based. But yeah, do stay with us on the watch along. Chris says Hamilton wins a contested championship over Max Verstappen. I think it's close this year. This is the thing, in the whole build-up, it has been all about Hamilton and Verstappen. People have said that Verstappen could be the man to stop him. I mean, good luck to him, but I think the problem is 23 races is a long time. And I think for Mercedes, it favours them more than Red Bull. Red Bull, I wouldn't be surprised if Red Bull won this race and they won the next race. But I don't know. It reminds me of Ferrari back in 2018. They won the first two races. They gave Mercedes a good challenge at the start, and then it just didn't go to plan at the end. So I just think Mercedes are just more up for a longer season, and it's a shame, to be honest, that it's 23 races. I don't think it needs to be 23 races. I think it's too long of a calendar. If you are new to the stream, of course, do subscribe to the channel. We're a very small channel. We've only got 517 subscribers. We would love to get more of you as our followers, and of course we do aim to do as many F1 watch-alongs as possible, and of course we do also football, rugby and tennis as well on our channel. So if you enjoy those sports as well, that would be great. Let's read a bit more. Rocky Does It All says, go Timbers. So here we go then. It's George Russell. His sector 1 was green, his sector 2 is purple. Sector 3 though, how can he do here? He puts his time in. Oh, he's actually gone into the pits. So despite the timer tracking him, it doesn't matter. So out of all the cars, the only car that's in the pits is the Tiffy. Oh, and Mick Schumacher has spun. Oh dear. Or was that Mazepin? I'm not sure. It had Mick Schumacher coming up on the screen. And it was Mazepin, not Mick Schumacher. Mazepin has just spun there. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Not the start he wanted in his F1 qualifying career. But he's got time to go in for a couple of laps, at least 13.5 minutes to go. So Mick Schumacher has set the first time of the session so far. 1 minute 33 seconds, 0.8 tenths of a second. And I think Mazepin, after that spin, he's gone and pitted. And that's Nikita Mazepin. So he was on his way to the last corner on the track, and he just spun completely lost control, and his teammate Mick Schumacher drove past him, and he said on his team radio he lost the rears there. He certainly did. He certainly did. Aston Martin, one of their cars is currently in the garage, and that's Sebastian Vettel. That's his first qualifying, sorry, in the beautiful green car that is. It makes the Jaguar look crap, but I mean that was a crap car, but the Jaguar was sexy. It was beautiful. Oh, we've got Miroslav Penick getting in touch on the live chat page. Do of course get in touch, folks. He's asking. He says, "Hi Jamie, thanks for your stream." Oh, thank you. Who is your black horse of qualifying? Good question. I'm not sure. I mean, the practice times from yesterday would tell you that Verstappen clearly loves the track more with this car, but you know, I'll say this now about Mercedes: they turn up in qualifying and the race, so they're the people to watch. They're always the people to watch and keep an eye on. Even when it comes to the last few seconds of qualifying, you think you've got what it is to get the quickest lap, and then just boom, out of nowhere, Lewis Hamilton last turn gets the pole position that he needs, and then it's job done. And it's always frustrated Valtteri Bottas, his teammate. We got Felix Chen getting in touch saying where to stream. I'm not sure what you mean. Do you want me to show you the race? I can't show you the qualifying, I'm afraid, due to obviously copyright. I don't own the F1 copyright rights, or whatever you call it. We're up to 518 subscribers. Do subscribe to the channel if you enjoy your F1 and you're enjoying this watch along. We would love to get more subscribers. Let's get to 520 before the end of qualifying. So I only need 2 more subscribers. Hannah Holly saying screw copyright. Yeah, screw it, but sadly it would get me into big trouble. I'd love to help you guys out, but I can tell you exactly what's going on instead. And you've got the live board next to you, you've got the track layout with you, and the clock of Q1, and the upcoming races on the bottom of your screen as well. So there's quite a lot of info on the stream for you. Felix Chin saying, okay, thanks, good luck. Thank you, Felix. Do subscribe, Felix, if you want. Currently, Mick Schumacher's top of the board with 10 minutes to go. He had a 1:33.8. No one else has set a time yet. Lando Norris is out there at the moment. So the cars that are out there at the moment is the Tiffy, Mazepin, Gasly, Perez. Of course, Perez is first Grand Prix for Red Bull. Ocon, Stroll, Vettel, Alonso as well. Good to see him back on the F1 drivers lineup for this year, when all of us thought he was leaving us. And we are at 520 subscribers, so thank you very much, folks. Really appreciate the support. Do subscribe. Lando Norris is out on his lap at the moment. His Sector 1 is green, Sector 2 is green. I'm sure he'll beat Mick Schumacher's pace. Should do. People asking me what's the stream on. If you've got, it's on Sky Sports F1. Sky Sports F1. So Carlos Sainz is top at the moment with 8 minutes to go. 1 minute 31.6. Bottas has improved it though. 1 minute 31.2 from Lewis Hamilton's teammate. The man who has still not beaten Lewis Hamilton in any championship that he's been in when driving for Mercedes. And he would... all I'd say is to Lewis Hamilton is you know, call up Nico Rosberg, ask for some advice. He knows how to beat him. Hannah Holly asking me to give us a little peek of the stream. I would, but as I said, I would get into trouble. And as she said before, screw copyright. Stefan Desau Barbosa saying, what is the number right to tyres? Not sure what you mean. James is asking, thoughts on Vettel this quali/race? Has he turned into a serial underperformer? Look, I'll say this now about Vettel. He has made the best decision leaving Ferrari, regardless of what he does at Aston Martin, because it was. I'm not saying it was toxic, but it just felt like Vettel and Ferrari was just not going to happen. First couple of years, it was kind of, you know, you've got to let him get used to being at a big team, face the pressure again of trying to deliver a world championship. But at the same time, Ferrari haven't exactly been providing these championship winning cars. They haven't been consistent enough against Mercedes. So it's a big shame for Vettel at Ferrari, because we all looked at Vettel as the next Michael Schumacher, didn't we? You know, a German driver winning world championships before he got the contract Ferrari, then goes to Ferrari and then wins a few more. Didn't happen. He's only ever won world championships at Red Bull, which is, you know, it's been 8 years now since Vettel was a world champion. It's a long time. So I will say this now about Vettel. He hasn't got any pressure on him, because the history will tell you that he hasn't been a world champion for 8 years. It could be the same as Danny Pedrosa at Repsol Honda when he was there for so long after winning a world championship in MotoGP. No different here. I don't think there should be that much pressure on Vettel. What you're going to get from Vettel is he knows how to win races and he knows how to win world championships. That's great experience for your team, and his advice will be very, very valuable to Aston Martin, for a team that are new. You know, despite the fact that it's the same ownership of Lawrence Stroll since he took over Racing Point a few years ago. But I'd like to see Vettel do well. Anyway, let's have a look. Verstappen is top at the moment. My screen has just gone down. Sorry about that. Oh, hang on. Actually, it's probably best I'll just lean it on the desktop. It just collapsed on me then, so that wasn't helpful. So yeah, Verstappen's top at the moment. Hamilton, Gasly 4th, Perez 5th, Bottas 6th, Sainz 7th, Ricciardo 8th, Leclerc 9th, Norris 10th, Stroll 11th, Alonso 12th, Vettel 13th, as we just talked about Vettel, Raikkonen 14th, Giovinazzi 15th. Now, Giovinazzi, this is his 3rd season at Alfa Romeo. I feel like he has a bit of pressure on him this year to maybe perform a bit better. Sonado has just gone into the pits. He's 2nd at the moment, and he will be the first driver born in the 21st century to start a Grand Prix come tomorrow afternoon in Bahrain. So, yeah, for any of us that were born in the 20th century, bet you're starting to feel a bit old now. Kian Boyle saying, what are you watching it on? Sky Sports F1 on my iPad. I believe it's on, it depends where you're from, but in the UK it's on Sky Sports F1. Rocky Does It All says, will there be coverage of Portland versus Seattle Tuesday? Thanks, mate, great work. Portland versus Seattle. You've seen my Seattle t-shirt. Oh, brilliant. I completely forgot I'm wearing this. Yes. Depends what time it kicks off. I'd be up for doing that, because I do like Seattle Sounders. They're not my team, though. My MLS team are the Orlando City, but I love Seattle Sounders' kit. It's fantastic. We've got Connor Porter on the watch along. Hello, Connor. He's a fellow member on the channel. He's saying, as if you didn't invite me to this watch along. Tomorrow, mate. I'm just experimenting with this F1. I thought I'd experiment today because I realised I had nothing to do. Because I was going to watch it, so I thought I may as well just try it today. So thanks to everyone who are watching so far. We've got 3.5 minutes to go. Mick Schumacher's at the bottom of the leaderboard. Maze Penn is also next to him. Haas are showing already why they could be the worst team in this championship this year, because they are below the Williams cars of the Tiffy. And George Russell, Esteban Ocon is in there with Alpine. I fear for Alpine. I fear this could be a crap season for them. I know it's only the first qualifying, but I've not been very excited about Alpine coming in. So Giovinazzi's having to watch out. He's on an outlap at the moment because he's in 15th. Remember, the cars in 16th to 20th will go out in Q1. So 5 drivers leave at this early stage. And I do love, I'm just watching the Williams car now. I think it's on board with the Latifi. And it's fantastic to see the Murray Walker quote on the halo to pay tribute to him, since sadly Murray Walker is no longer with us. A big sad day that was when Murray Walker passed away a few Saturdays ago. So F1 will not be the same without him. The greatest F1 commentator of all time, and he's the original. You won't beat him. You know, you can't beat the original person in sports commentary. They're the ones that made it. They're the ones that set the bar for others to follow, and to make it also exciting when you watch live sports on the TV or on the radio when you're listening. But it's great to see that there's a tribute made from Williams. He was clearly close with Murray Walker, well, especially Frank Williams. James says Stefan number to right of ties is number of laps. You're looking at the leaderboard. I wasn't sure what you meant before. Killian Sanders saying there won't be any more upgrades for Haas this season. I mean, the fact that that is the case is really embarrassing. You know, if you don't have any upgrades at all, then I wouldn't like to be in the garage for that whole season, because you're just going to sit there when you're not having any pit stops. You're just going to sit there and just watch and go, there's a point. May as well have just packed up before the race even started, because that car is shit. Anyway, we've got less than a minute to go. Verstappen top at the moment. Of course, that doesn't really matter for Q1. He'll save the pace for the next one. But look at this. Ocon is currently in the elimination zone. Killian Sanders saying Haas are looking to 2022. Yeah, new regulations, new rules are completely different. F1. Sonado though is second at the moment, and he's making the Red Bulls look difficult. I mean, the fact that Perez is 5th in Q1. I know it's only Q1, but are we seeing a bit more of this AlphaTauri? I keep saying Toro Rosso. I'm so used to saying Toro Rosso still. I know it's been like a year or two since Toro Rosso changed to AlphaTauri, but I just I miss Toro Rosso. Do subscribe to the channel, folks. And we have reached the end of Q1. We're just waiting for the... Oh, has Mazepin spun again? I'm not sure. He's spun on the first corner, and he's a bit in the way there for the cars to come out. But I guess, actually, since they're all finishing their outlap, it's not too bad for them. They won't be going at full speed down turn 1. So Verstappen top at the moment. Vettel is a driver at risk. He's 15th at the moment, but is he out on the track? I think he is. Raikkonen, Giovinazzi. Oh, Vettel's got himself into the top 10, I think. I've lost him. No, he's 17th. Alonso's now a driver at risk. Could you imagine Vettel and Alonso going out in Q1? 2 world champions. Mick Schumacher finishes in 19th. So that won't be good for him in his first Grand Prix. The Latifi has finished, so he'll be in the knockout group. And already we're seeing some comments in the live chat page. Hashtag Maze Spin. Killian, I think you've won the comment of the day there, my friend. That is a great quote. All sorts of things going on. Lance Stroll now at risk. He's at 15th. So at the moment, Maze Spin, let's call him that. Mick Schumacher, Vettel, Latifi and Stroll are at risk. But now Stroll's got himself into 12th. Ocon is 16th. It looks all set here, doesn't it, for Verstappen to get pole this afternoon? It really does. But Vettel out. Vettel's out of Q1. Oh dear. So Sebastian Vettel is out of Q1. Oh no. That doesn't look good for someone who's trying to prove a point since he left Ferrari. That is a bad start to his Aston Martin career there. He will have to try and make up for it in the race tomorrow. So Sebastian Vettel, that's your headline for Q1. He is out of Q1 and will start the race tomorrow in 18th place in front of the two Hasses. That is a bad, bad start. Poor, poor Vettel. We're at 524 subscribers. Do subscribe to the channel. We're hoping to get to 530 by the end of qualifying. So let's look at the leaderboard. Let's look at our bottom 5 then. So we've got Esteban Ocon, Nicholas Latifi, Sebastian Vettel, Mick Schumacher, and Mazepin, or Mazepin. I might have to keep saying that. They are out of the F1 Q1 for the rest of today. The headline, of course, is no doubt Vettel. Verstappen top of Q1. I didn't see practice session 3, so I didn't see it. But do let me know who was quickest in third practice. Do tell me. So Q1 finished for now. We'll get ready for Q2 in a couple of minutes' time. But what a start to the F1 season with already the shock of Sebastian Vettel out of this. I mean, look at Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz 15th. He nearly... That would have been a terrible start for his Ferrari career. I'm just going to confirm with you the bottom 5 from Q1 on the live chat page. So there you go. Q1 out. Ocon, Latifi, Vettel, Schumacher, Mazepin. Rocky does it all, says Max was quickest in FP3 and so does Connor. Connor said Max as well. I was wondering why you said Max at first, Connor. I thought you just went like Max, just Max, maximum speed. Yeah, as you know. I don't know what I'm saying. Lizsip 2008 says Alonso 7th. Nice surprise. That is a nice surprise when you look at Ocon not making it into Q2. But this is why I'll say this now about Alonso. He makes a shit car look good. He made the McLaren cars look good. And some of you would argue and say he didn't do well at McLaren. Yeah, but the McLarens were crap. And the only problem I have with Fernando Alonso is he's probably my favourite driver of all time. It's just the fact that he's made the wrong decisions. But it's so easy to say that after his career. But when Ferrari offer you a contract, you're going to take it. When McLaren are going to offer you a contract, you're going to take it. The money is good. Simple as that. So, Sonado, Killian Sanders is already saying, Sonado, Red Bull 2022. Who knows? Kim Dion says, May spin out. It's definitely a trend, that, isn't it, May's spin? He spun twice in Q1. He even spun after his lap. When he I mean, who have Haas signed here? Connor says Ocon and Vettel struggled because of the yellow flags for May's spins. Spin. I'm saying May's spin now. I'm so used to saying it. I'm so used to saying it. Of course, Connor will be joining us tomorrow for the race watch along. Do join us for that after qualifying. The race is at 4 PM tomorrow, so we'll start a few minutes just before that. And then, of course, we'll find out who will win the first F1 race of 2021. Of course, the calendar's on the bottom of your screen. Those are the upcoming races in the next few weeks. Pranav Patil saying, hey, I'm new to F1. Could you explain what Q1, Q2, Q3 means? I've only watched Drive to Survive. I'll explain to you in a minute. Let me just get the timer back on. So I think in this one it's 15 minutes in Q2. I'm trying to remember. Yep. Sorry folks, I'm just trying to find the thing. Where is it? I've got the timer up, but I can't find the text I used for the timer. Where is it? Ah, there it is. So Q2 has begun. Let me just adjust the timer. So there you go. 15 minutes for Q2. So Pranav, I'll explain it to you. So Q1, Q2, Q3. So you have 3 qualifying sessions. Q1's the first one, Q2 the second, Q3 the third. And basically with Q1 you have 18 minutes. And then what happens is that the slowest 5 drivers in Q1 go out. And then it's the same again in Q2. So after Q2's 15 minutes long. And of course, that would mean that the slowest 5 drivers in Q1 will go out. So that would mean come Q3, there's only 10 drivers left. And then that's it. Basically, it's a shootout in Q3 for pole position. And basically, the order of the leaderboard of who goes out in Q1, Q2, and then Q3, that is your lineup for tomorrow's race. And I take it you enjoyed F1 Drive to Survive, Pranav. I've not seen season 3. To tell you the truth, I'm not fussed about Drive to Survive. I've always looked at it and think, look, when F1 get new owners in who are from America, they use the opportunity to just promote the sport, and it's a fantastic way to get new fans. It's definitely got people talking about it, and I think it's the most watched thing on Netflix in the last couple of weeks. So you know that alone's an achievement. But I'm not that fussed. I just think if you watch the seasons anyway, you're not too fussed because you know who wins and you know what happens. You have a few behind the scenes, which, to be honest, I've watched on YouTube anyway. You just see some clips, and that's enough for me. Especially the Vettel moment with Ferrari when he announced he was going to Aston Martin. Anyway, loads of cars coming out for this one, all in one go. They're not wasting their time here. 12 minutes to go. Let's have a look. Kim Dion saying Vettel has been struggling since pre-testing, worried for the future races. Let's not get too worried about that yet, Kim. Who knows? Who knows? Vettel might surprise us in that Aston Martin. But look, Stroll, it doesn't look good for Vettel when Stroll gets out of Q1. But as Connor mentioned in the live chat page, if you see the messages, the yellow flag didn't help him, or for Ocon as well. That does happen. Oh. Our live leaderboard has seemed to have disappeared for a moment. Hang on. There we go. That should do it. There's your live leaderboard. Sorry about that. Must have had a glitch for a moment. So 11 minutes to go. Valtteri Bottas is out on track. Verstappen top. Verstappen having to get past one of the Mercedes to do his outlap. And his team radio's just come on, but not sure what he's saying. I can't see anyone beating Verstappen to it, but as I said in the stream earlier, Lewis Hamilton is very good. We're at 527 subscribers. Thank you very much to those that have subscribed so far. Let's get to 530 before the end of qualifying. We just need 3 more subscribers, so do click that subscribe button because we'll be doing the watch along tomorrow as well for the race, which I'm doing it with 3 other people. God knows how I'm going to fit all of us on this screen. That means I'm going to have to make my screen small. That means you lot won't be able to see my beautiful face as much. Oh well. Of course it is a night race in Bahrain. Who remembers the races in Bahrain when the sun was out? That's going a few years back now, isn't it? 2013 the last time. 2014 was the year when the night race came in, and it was a random decision from the race organisers, but I think it makes the whole thing look better. The setting looks cooler, and it's been a thing ever since, so it's clearly worked. We've had some more questions coming in. Let's have a look. Harvey, what driver would you like to win Bahrain Grand Prix? Okay, I haven't said this yet, but I am a Sergio Perez fan, and I'd like to say I'm his #1 fan. Yeah. Yeah. I am. Even though I'm not Mexican, I'm English, but no, Sergio Perez is my favourite. I've been following him since he was in F2. Well, it used to be called GP2, which was in 2010. I watched him that season, and he did very well in GP2 in 2010, and that's just what got me to follow him. And then he got picked up by Sauber in 2011, and then 2012. We all know what happened in 2012. 3 podiums in a Sauber, beat 2 Ferraris to get to second in the Italian Grand Prix. The Ferraris at the Italian Grand Prix with a Sauber. I still can't get over that. I remember watching that race thinking, what on earth am I seeing? This is the Perez we saw in GP2. It's amazing. And he's always been known for his time management. And people go on about his time management now, and I'm thinking, it's not a new skill. He's been doing this ever since he's been a racer. It's just amazing to watch. Let's have a look at more of your questions. Here we go. Connor Porter, underappreciated storyline. Russell in Q2. Yeah, he is in Q2, of course. You're right. Probably won't make Q1, but yeah, in all fairness, Connor, you're absolutely right. You're highlighting a very good driver there. What he did with Mercedes in that one race at this circuit for the Sakhir Grand Prix. Oh, it's such a shame that he didn't win, because he would have won that race, I think. He was catching up with Perez once he overtook Bottas. It's such a shame. Kim Dean saying Sonado to get to get P1. Can you imagine the storyline? Can you imagine Japan? It would be mad. It wouldn't look. I mean, for Red Bull, it's a bit embarrassing for Christian Horner. Oldie saying, will Vettel win this season? Will Vettel get a podium? Will Vettel make it to Q3 this season? Questions we'll find out later this year, I guess. He won't win a race this season. I don't think. I can't see Aston Martin doing that. Carlos Sainz has just said that it feels a bit windier now. I wonder if there's a sandstorm coming in Sakhir. Pranov saying, thanks a lot for explaining, appreciate it, and subscribed. Thank you, Pranov. Do join Pranov and be one of our subscribers. And we're at 530. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Let's get to 540 next. Really appreciate your support. Thanks, folks. The annoying thing is, YouTube doesn't always tell me who are the subscribers. So I can't thank you individually, but do message on the chat if you have. Here's one from Amja. Have you heard of the new Portuguese driver Fingerin Diaz? He's in he's in F3. He's said to be a reincarnation of Senna. Oh, and Senna. How many drivers though have we said is a reincarnation of Senna? I hate hearing it, because I just feel that it's going to put too much pressure on a young driver. But hopefully, let's see. To be honest, I've not followed F3 in a while, so I'm not sure. F2 and F1 are the ones I watch, along with a bit of MotoGP. But I'll keep an eye out for a Amja. So yeah, definitely, I'll have a look. Rocky does it all, saying, Vamos Checo. Yep, Vamos Checo. Come on. Come on, let's go, Checo. He isn't out on the circuit yet. He's 14th in the elimination zone, so he's got to get himself out there. George Russell's out there. Ooh, he's just got himself... No, I thought he... Oh no, he's improved Sector 1. He's got green at the moment, George Russell. He's in 15th, so if Russell somehow got into Q3, then well done him. We'll see though. He's proven to be a very good driver. And I look at Russell and think, is he going to be another Pascal Wehrlein? Is he going to be another Esteban Ocon, where, you know, Mercedes get linked with him, but then it just doesn't happen? I feel like George Russell's a bit more than that this time. I think with Pascal Wehrlein, well, last time I checked, he was in Formula E. I've not really followed Formula E. It's I look at that as the reject group of F1 drivers, because a lot of the ex-F1 drivers are in that. Let's get to 535 subscribers. Do subscribe to the channel. So we've got 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go. Hamilton out on an outlap. He is fastest at the moment. Just as long as he gets into Q3, that's all that will matter. George Russell, he got himself into 13th. He's done well there. Perez on an outlap. Now, Perez is in the elimination zone. And as a Perez fan, I'm a little bit concerned. Come on, Perez, get in the top 10. Because this Red Bull team is known for axing drivers after just half a race. I know I'm being a bit over the top there. Yoga with Marie's asking, how's Pierre Gasly doing? Pierre Gasly is currently in 8th. He's on an outlap, so he is out there. Every driver of the 15 are out there, apart from George Russell. And Giovinazzi currently 11th. The camera's on board with him at the moment. Ioff Fear saying, shame about Vettel. Yeah, it is. It's a shame, but that's what race days are all about as well. When you have a bad qualifying, it's to forget what happens on the Saturday and to just do your best in the race. And this is what I like about Bahrain. There's overtaking opportunities in Bahrain. Like the new circuit for Saudi Arabia later this year, which I believe is the penultimate race of the 2021 calendar. There's hardly any places to overtake, which I don't really understand that. We want to see overtakes. What's the point? You know, Monaco is okay for that. Monaco is absolutely okay with that, where it's, you know, it's a street circuit. It's the very first street circuit, and it's been on the calendar every year, apart from last year. Monaco not in the calendar last year. Ah, what a shame. It had its history of being in the calendar every year until now. What a real shame. Aldi saying that Hamilton kid seems to be very promising. He does, doesn't he? You know about his brother? He says, I'm sure he will get a podium someday. I don't know if you've come out of a coma, Aldi, but he's won the World Championship a few times. About 7 times. So it's a record, joint record, you know. I'm only messing. Is he your favourite F1 driver, Aldi? Vishal asking, is Ricciardo on an outlap? Yes, no, he isn't. He isn't at the moment. And it looks as though, well, actually, maybe he is. I'm not actually sure. But Hamilton's top. Oh, Sonado is at risk here. Surely he can improve his time. Pierre Gasly third. 0.4 tenths of a second. Bottas now second. 20 seconds to go. Gasly fourth. Perez fifth. Perez might just have done it for Q3. I'm happy about that. Giovinazzi sixth. Norris seventh. Sainz ninth. Stroll's got into fifth. 30.6. And Leclerc's fastest in Q2. Wow. What a drive from Charles Leclerc. Oh, now Sainz is. Sainz takes over at first. So here's the checkered flag. The checkered flag is out. Ah, Perez out according to Connor. Oh shit, I hope not. My stream's a bit behind. Must be. Fana ST saying Ferrari in capital letters. That is a good Q2 for Ferrari. Of course, the only thing that matters though now is Q3. But either way, they've got both their Ferraris in the top 10. Maybe, could Ferrari surprise us this year? Because I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting much from Ferrari this year, just because they were more focused on, well, the new rules and regulations. But then, you know, the well, I think it was 2023, 2024. They said they'd be competitive again. Yeah, Perez is out in 11th. That is not good for Perez. And Verstappen is 7th at the moment. Of course, Verstappen doesn't matter. He's in Q3, so he can have another crack to try and get pole position. Maybe the Ferraris could be the next to watch. James saying, next F1 stream, could you get the map with the cars moving on it? Would add a lot. I'm for that, James, but you're going to have to tell me where I can get that from. I could have a look on Google later on, but if you know where I can get it from, I can do that for tomorrow's race, no problem. Just let me know. Sainz and Leclerc just going into the pits before we go into Q3. So, to confirm, the people out are Perez, Giovinazzi, Tsunoda, who had a great qualifying up until Q2, Raikkonen and George Russell. I'll just add that to the live chat page. So the fight for pole coming up next in Q3. Pedro Sales Jr. saying Ferrari is back. Connor says Ferrari always had a good record at Bahrain until the last two seasons. They certainly did. 2018 was a masterful performance from Vettel. But let's not forget, actually, Connor, 2019. Yeah, 2019. Leclerc should have won the race. Should have won the race until the car hicked up. He knew he won the race, and Hamilton went up to him at the end and pretty much said, that should have been your first ever F1 race. I shouldn't have caught up with you. Which was nice to see from Hamilton, showing that words of encouragement. Of course, we're waiting for Q3, but if you haven't already, do subscribe to Let's Talk Sport. Do subscribe to the channel. Of course, we'll be doing the F1 race watch along tomorrow afternoon, so do join us for that. That's a 4 PM start. That's when the race starts. We'll start probably 5 to 4 on YouTube, and do join us again then as well. Just getting ready for Q3. And we're at 532 subscribers. Let's get to 535 or 540 before the end of qualifying today. We'd really appreciate the support, but thank you to everyone that have been watching the stream so far. Good to see that there are a lot of people interested in the F1. Someone's asking me, do you use F1 TV? I don't. I've never used F1 TV. Just to mention as well, if any of you like your golf, we'll be doing the Masters Golf in a couple of weeks' time. And there's a camera shot of Vettel walking away in slow motion in his Aston Martin kit. Not the qualifying he had hoped for. It's interesting as well. Vettel's like media assistant is with him at Aston Martin, I've noticed. So I wonder if he I wonder if he offered her a job there. So we'll just set the timer to 10 minutes for Q3. And then we'll start it in just a moment when Q3 begins. Kim Diane saying, Master B, Ian is working as expected. Lim 997 saying, is there a curse on Red Bull's second seat? You see, I was just thinking that. I mean, I know it's only been qualifying. Who knows what Prez can do tomorrow in that car? Let's not forget, Prez won the race in Sakir from the back of the grid last year, so who knows? Maybe there is a cursed seat, and maybe it suggests they need to give these drivers more time because, you know, when Pierre Gasly won the Italian Grand Prix last year for AlphaTauri, which was AlphaTauri's second ever race win in the team's history when it was Toro Rosso in 2008, who did it? Sebastian Vettel. They seem to love the Monza track, but I just think they should be giving these drivers 1 or 2 seasons. Other teams are doing it, aren't they? Red Bull are too ruthless for me. I get that they're trying to be different and they really want to be the best in F1, but I think you've got to show these drivers that you're going to back them, even when the weekends are tough. So we're just getting ready for Q3. So there's 10 drivers that remain. And that is Carlos Sainz, Lewis Hamilton, Lando Norris, Valtteri Bottas, Daniel Ricciardo, Pierre Gasly, Charles Leclerc, Max Verstappen, Fernando Alonso and Lance Stroll. Fernando Alonso, great to see him up there. Can he get a I mean, I'd love to see what he does in the Alpine tomorrow. And we're now at 535 subscribers. Thank you, folks. Let's get to 540. We're 5 away. Do subscribe. Just waiting for Q3 to begin. I've been saying that a few times now. It feels like it's longer in between the sessions. I wouldn't mind being in Bahrain right now. A bit of sun, a bit of heat. I'm just looking outside my window here in northwest England, and it's getting quite cloudy now. It looks like there could be more rain on its way, which is great. So Q3 underway. 10 drivers remaining. Who will get the first pole position of the season? Trying to catch up on these messages. Appreciate all these messages. It's great. Aldi saying we don't talk about Vettel in 2017. Well, especially the Singapore race. We'll remember that, don't we? That was literally the moment Vettel lost the championship for me. He had a good season up until that race. Just one of those things, isn't it, for Ferrari and Vettel? It's just one of those where you just can't, no matter how hard they worked that season, it was just never going to happen for them. It's just a horrible end to it. Marcel says, hi, can we talk about Schumacher? Which Schumacher, Mick or Michael? if you want to talk about Mick, if you don't know, Mick will start the race tomorrow at the back of the grid, which I'm sure his dad. Well, I mean, we don't know what his dad does these days, but his dad will be thinking that's the opposite end of where I used to be. But of course, Mick Schumacher, he's young, he's new, he's just come in from F2. I think sadly, I mean, he had to take the Haas seat. It's a seat in F1, for God's sake. You got to take it. Ferrari prob tweaking with the fuel flow again. Yes, yes, it always brings up to that. I was thinking that before. Luca saying we have to respect the B, Ian. Kim Dyan saying Ferrari master being. Derefi asking me, do I have a girlfriend? That's a personal question. You don't fancy me, do you? James saying, if not F1 TV. I don't have F1 TV. Can you get it? Is it something you can get in the UK? I don't know. I kept thinking F1 TV was a thing that didn't work here because we have to watch the races on Sky Sports F1. We're at 537 subscribers. We're 3 subscribers away from 540. Do subscribe if you're enjoying the stream. And of course, we'll be doing the race tomorrow as well. Anyway, 8 minutes to go. Sainz first, Hamilton second, Norris third, Bottas fourth, Ricciardo fifth, who nearly didn't make it into Q1, into Q3. Verstappen sixth. Verstappen, I feel like, is under the most pressure, to be honest, because he's got to take these races and not give much opportunities to Hamilton, because he knows that any slip-ups he makes, Hamilton will probably go on and win. So Gasly, 130.14. Bottas second. Not even Bottas can get quicker than an AlphaTauri now. That is interesting. Because this is Q3 now. This is when you've got to do it. Hamilton fastest now. They finally get down to 129. 129.5 tenths of a second. Is F1 TV a subscription though, James? Do tell me. I've got nothing wrong with subscribing. It's just I don't think. Yeah, I'll have to have a look. There must be somewhere I can get it from without having to pay for it. I like the idea though. I wouldn't say no to that. They did used to have it on an app, I remember. F1 used to do an app on the phone years ago. And you could watch where all the cars were on the track. And it was great. It was good on your iPad. And it was free. So it was good to do for that. Stoffel Van Dorn's watching on in the garage with Toto Wolff. Stoffel Van Dorn probably just nudging his arm saying, you know, come on then, you know, give me that, give me that seat if Bottas doesn't perform. Verstappen first at the moment, 129.5. Connor Porter saying, quick prediction, who gets pole? I'm going for Hamilton. To be honest, I think you'll be right. Hamilton just shows up on the last minute. He always does. But I'll tell you what, my brain says Hamilton, but my heart says Verstappen. Alonso and Leclerc, the only two drivers that haven't got a time set yet. We've got 5.5 minutes to go, though. Yeah, James saying now, unfortunately, I think it's like £3 a month, so it might be caught under copyright. £3 a month's not bad, though. That's pretty decent. Not bad for when you're watching the races. I'm one of those, though, where I just watch the race on the TV, and then whatever footage they show, I've never cared too much of where they are on the track, but I'm not, of course, always open to it for you lot when you're watching. But, yeah, copyright, I don't know. I'm not sure. Of course, we've got a live leaderboard here, so that should help you. 5 minutes to go. But appreciate the advice, James. Really do. Anything to improve the stream. Derefi says, I know Mercedes did this extra. Hamilton as well, he says. Let's get to 540 subscribers, folks. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. So Lance Stroll was able to make it into Q3, completely outperforming Vettel in the first qualifying of the year. His sector 1 is green. And all of a sudden an army of cars have just come out of the pits. They're all going at the same time at 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go. This could be very interesting. This could be a bit of a crowded area for the final couple of laps. Oh, we're at 538 subscribers now. Thank you for subscribing. Do, if you haven't yet, do subscribe. Just need 2 more subscribers. Todd Wood is saying Gasly's chip is serving him well. I prefer potato chips. I'm sure Gasly doesn't eat them. Probably not good for his physique. Blake Luffian has said just subbed. Oh, thank you very much, Blake. Really appreciate that. And we're at 540 subscribers. Thank you all. Really appreciate that. And the previous polls, in the last 2 years, Hamilton was pole position in 2020. Leclerc in 2019, Vettel 2018, Bottas 2017, and Lewis Hamilton 2016. Todd Wood saying chip on his shoulder. No. Does he eat potato chips though? That's what I want to know. Gasly's on the team radio now. 1 minute and 40 to go. All on an outlap now, all 10 cars. No one's sitting back. They all want to improve their timings. Currently Verstappen top, Hamilton third, Gasly third. What a qualifying this could be for Gasly, but AlphaTauri could have had 2 cars in there. Red Bull, though, of course, their sister team that don't have a car in there either. .55 seconds to go. Last minute now, no more rooms for mistakes. This is it now. Bottas currently 4th. He's in sector 1. Hamilton just completing sector 1, and it's purple on sector 1. And yet Hamilton gets fastest sector 1 of the qualifying so far. It's looking like it could be him again, but sector 1, Verstappen's improved it at 28.3. So Verstappen quickest on sector 1. So this is going to be between Hamilton and Verstappen at this rate. So the timer is up on Q3. And of course the lights are out there ready for the drivers to come home. Who will finish where? Bottas. Sector 3 was purple. Fastest sector, and he's third at the moment. Now Hamilton. He does get pole, but will he stay there? Verstappen's behind him. Verstappen has been fastest in Sector 2, along with Sector 1. Can Verstappen do it? Yes, he does. Verstappen, pole position for tomorrow's race. A 1:28.9. That's a fantastic lap from Verstappen. Purple on all sectors, and just behind Hamilton as well. What a drive from Max Verstappen. Look at this. Sector 1, 28.3. Sector 2, 38.2. And Sector 3, 22.4. Max Verstappen. Wow, if there is going to be a challenger this year, that's how you start it against the world champion Max Verstappen, behind Hamilton on the track. The Mercedes garage haven't got anything to shout about, but in all fairness to them, it's maybe quiet in the garage, but Hamilton will be second tomorrow, Bottas in third, and we'll go through the rest of the lineup in a minute. But what a drive from Max Verstappen. That's exactly what Red Bull had hoped for. I think the only thing that they would have liked to have taken out of this today, to have improved it and to close the gap on Mercedes in the Constructors' Championship, is Perez to have been at least in Q3. But it is his first race, first weekend with the team, so I think he might have to get given a bit of sympathy. So, we've got an interesting race tomorrow, haven't we? 4 PM tomorrow here on Let's Talk Sport. We'll be doing a live race watch along. Get your comments in now on the live chat page. What did you think of qualifying? Do subscribe to the channel, and then of course you will be notified of when our race watch along will be. And James has just said exactly what I was just about to say, which is nice to see competition. Absolutely. It's good to see. It is good to see, because we want to see two different cars battling it on the first turn, don't we? We don't want to just see a clean first corner in which, you know, the pole sitter pretty much goes on to win the race and control the race. For example, Lewis Hamilton, or as we saw before Lewis Hamilton dominated the sport, Sebastian Vettel doing it in 2010 to 2013. Let's read some of your comments. So Verstappen out of his car, getting congratulated by his team in the garage, and they do the usual, check their weight, which of course the FIA always track all of that crap that they have to do. So a reminder, Valtteri Bottas third, Lewis Hamilton second, but Max Verstappen top of the tree in the first qualifying of the season. Don't forget to subscribe, folks. We're at 541. Let's try and get to 545, 550 come tomorrow's race. If you enjoy your F1, your football, your rugby, your tennis, this is your place to watch your watch-alongs. Oh, Rocky Does It All's made a very interesting comment. Checo should win easily since he can do it from the back last year and in a lesser car. He did, yeah. I mean, we're on the same, well, not the same circuit, we're in the same place. Of course, the Sakhir Grand Prix was the outer circuit, which was what he won. He didn't win the Bahrain Grand Prix, he won the Sakhir Grand Prix. But why not? Why can't he? He's in a better car. He's still got to get used to the car. I think we need to remember that. We need to remember that. Let's read more comments. Connor Porter says, tasty qualifying makes for an exciting race. See you tomorrow, mate. Yeah, see you tomorrow, Connor. Connor will be joining us on the race watch along with Jack and Harry. Again, I'm still wondering how I'm going to fit all of us in on the screen. I'll just have to make our squares a bit small on the layout for the watch along. Verstappen just being interviewed. David Coulthard's doing the post-qualifying interviews, the ex-F1 driver. Of course, he was a ex-Red Bull driver, and he still has his links with Red Bull Racing, so he does have his predictions correct sometimes about Red Bull, because he certainly knows the ins and outs of the team. He still does work for them, like does all sorts of media stuff for them, I believe. An absolute legend he is. So anyway, I think we're going to wrap it up there. Thank you very much for watching. So a reminder again, Max Verstappen will be pole position for the Bahrain Grand Prix tomorrow. Will we be seeing a World Championship between Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton? Well, the script so far tells you there could be one. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed we'll see something like that tomorrow between Verstappen and Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton second, Valtteri Bottas third, and we'll find out tomorrow on Let's Talk Sport who will finish at the top of the podium in the Bahrain Grand Prix. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and of course we'll see you tomorrow at 4 o'clock for our live race watch along. And so yeah, see you tomorrow and stay safe. Thank you very much.